I was opening for Patton at Caroline's, and he's another guy that's been particularly nurturing to me in my career, and generous and friendly, and my friend. And anyway, so he's giving me. I was just hanging on the green room. I go, hey man, I got this bit. I hate to do this. Can I run this bit by you? I feel like it needs something. I just want to see what you think of it. I tell him this bit about if you're on any one of these shows, and I'm naming every single show. It's a list bit, you know. You know, kill yourself because you're an awful you know, like all these things. And he's like listening, and he's like, well, you know, man, he goes, I didn't see what the purpose of the bit is. And I was like, well, you know, the purpose is because I hate these women on these shows and they're disgusting. He goes, yeah. He goes, but dude, all you're doing is just saying that to the audience. You know you think that. You know they think that. What's the point? And then he said this, and this was just perspective changing at a level I can't describe as far as like writing was concerned. He's like, what I think you need to do in bits, and what I try to do, is have a moment of discovery. He's like, I always try to have that moment in the bit where I go, I used to think this, but now I realize it's that. Mm-hmm. Which if you watch Patton, he does that a lot. Man, when I was 35, I used to think that, you know, and he hits the funny from that side. And then he goes, now I'm 42, and let me tell you people, I was wrong. You know?
Yeah.
And he's like, how I would do that bit is I would say, I used to think that all these shows were disgusting because they paraded whores with venereal diseases around the stage. Then I realized these shows are amazing because they teach us who not to impregnate. There they all are on TV. Don't reproduce with these. And in 10 seconds, it's 20 times better a bit than what I wrote.
Right.
But from that moment on, I was like, I don't want to be that guy that just gets up and just barks at the audience. Yes. Like, I certainly have my bits where I say, hey, this is my observation, this is what I think. But then I have a lot of bits where I try to turn it on myself and go, well, why do I feel that way? Oh, it's because here's my flaw that makes me see the situation like this.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
So it's all, that's all out of the attitude jacket.
I love it, though.
It all.
You know, it's funny. Also, to that point, is I always think the perspective of what you like about something can be so much funny. Like I like including both in what he told you. It's like you talk about what you hate, everybody gets that, and then finding what you quote unquote love, like a fake love about it. You're like, I love that it's teaching us not to impregnate these women. Is like such a weirder. It's almost like a trick. Right. It's like this is positive or something, but really you're saying the same thing.
Yeah,
again.
Like I'm working on this bit now, and I haven't even tried it out yet, but I wrote it. But it's like. Exactly what we're talking about. Where
wrote it down.
You know, where the whole premise is like, I hate when a tragedy happens and people take their hobby and then all of a sudden it's for the survivors or whatever. You know what I mean? You know, and they'll be like, hey guys, today when we podcast about MMA fighting, we're doing it for the hurricane victims. You know what I mean? And it's like,
sure.
Well, what you could do is actually not do your podcast and go help the hurricane victims. You know what I mean? And
I was just talking to Rich Voss about that, where it's like, buy a bunch of our shit and we'll donate money. Just donate the money.
Exactly.
Stop being an asshole.
Exactly. So it's like, but then I flip the bit where I go, you know, I'm no better. I'm not saying I'm out there helping people, but I'm saying at least I don't take my shit and make it sound like I'm helping people. For instance, when I sit home and write a scathing bit about what you're not doing to help people and somehow glorifying myself, I don't say I'm doing that for the hurricane survivor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, that's all from that lesson of Patton of like, okay, what do you think? And then why do you think that?
Right.
And the why do you think that is often because I'm fucked up a little bit.